Hi.
Hi.
Hi. How are
Hi,
you?
everybody.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I just went and made some tea. I was going to have coffee because it's coffee day. But I drank so much this morning that I didn't really want more, so I'm making a cup of tea instead.
Yes, I am also having tea on International Coffee Day. That's okay.
What kind of tea are you having?
Just regular old decaf black tea.
I'm having jasmine green tea.
Oh, fancy.
Mm-hmm.
I like your mug.
It makes me feel fancy. This is from my grocery store.
It's pretty. This is the mug that we featured in the
Thank you.
fall issue of Crochet Foundry. The first fall issue of Crochet Foundry.
The coffee issue.
Mm-hmm. So it's okay. Tea's okay. So, happy International Coffee Day.
Happy Coffee Day, everybody. I'm wondering if anyone else is drinking coffee right now or if it's just probably depends on the time of day we're reaching people. Like the West Coast, it's like 9 in. Definitely
coffee is an all day long thing though, right?
It can be. It can be. Hi, Nancy. Do you have a favorite coffee?
Do you have a favorite coffee or a favorite coffee beverage? Like a favorite coffee brand?
No, just like a favorite brew or.
So we used to use just Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I use Folgers coffee now.
Just like a breakfast blend or a regular dark roast?
It's a Colombian blend. Yeah, I like dark coffee. I like dark coffee, but I like a lot of cream in it.
Did you know that I was told the darker the roast, the less caffeine?
No, I know. You have to look that one up.
Yeah. We got more people joining us. Hi, Ola Joe. Hi, Linda. Flower Creation, Crochet Creations. Tammy's here. Zeta. With a 2-year-old, you need coffee all day.
Yeah, my kids are out of that stage. I have one home today with a little bit of a head cold, but my other one's at school. Yeah. When you have little ones, you need coffee all day long, right?
I agree. Linda's drinking Earl Grey tea. That's another one of my favorites.
Earl Grey tea, but I don't like Earl Grey tea.
I have like a vanilla Earl Grey.
Yes, you were drinking that last time, I think.
Oh, good. Yeah, I really like it.
Michelle says she drinks Folgers too. Good. I don't feel so bad, Michelle. Yeah, I just like regular Folgers. I don't know.
My husband likes breakfast blend. Like he likes the lighter coffee.
My husband likes the lighter ones. I like the darker.
I like dark ones as well.
Condensed milk. I'm gonna try that because sometimes I just put like a teaspoon of caramel sauce in my coffee instead of sugar.
Fancy. I have like
Pam.
Thank you. This is my Elmview beanie, and the pom pom is falling off because my kids like to yank on them.
Yeah, no, just regular coffee. I'm just a plain girl. Plain.
I have an oat milk creamer.
I do like oat milk.
That I really like.
I use the creamer, but I do like oat milk. Oh, my mom just got her. My mom. I'm reading it. Sonar Bear said her mom just got her first Keurig. It is a game changer.
It is. I just got a new Keurig. You remember this because I went to go to work one day and my Keurig had broke, and I couldn't even start work. I went right to the store. Bought a Keurig.
I'm gonna be late to work because I have to go buy a coffee maker, and we understood. We all completely understood.
No way. There's no way. And I got I definitely upgraded my Keurig. We used to have just like the regular, like entry level. You pick your cup size and you hit go.
Yeah.
And then this time I went totally fancy, and you can program it to each user. So like I have my settings, Ken has his settings, my mom has hers, or I don't know. We told her she could set it up anyway because you
can have your own setting. You're here enough. No, yeah, no, I have a regular one that you just pull the handle, but I don't like the K cups that you get. I just use the reusable stainless steel K cup. Mm-hmm. Nancy says she's broken 2 Keurigs. I still have my original one that I, for some reason, just have sitting in the pantry and can't get rid of, even though it doesn't really work anymore. Sometimes you think you broke them and you just really have to descale them. Because if you have hard water, you have to like
Ours has like it comes with a water filter, so you change that out every.
You're super fancy. I just put filtered
It is
water
really
in.
fancy.
I
And then
want one
there's
that plugs right into the filter for the fridge, so I don't have to ever fill it.
we looked at because we're renovating our kitchen right now. It is very noisy upstairs. My husband took a lunch break so that we could go live and not hear the banging. And I totally looked into those, and they're like $5,000.
I know.
So
I remember when my mother, God, was going on 15, 20 years ago. One of our friends got a Keurig, and it was when they first came out, so it was like very new. My mom was so impressed. She's like, if you want hot cocoa, you can have hot cocoa. If you want this type of coffee, you can have this type of coffee. Or I want a decaf, so she made me a decaf, and
yeah,
it's been ever since then we've had a Keurig.
Mine has an iced coffee setting, which I really need to try.
What's the difference between just
I'm
pouring?
wondering if it doesn't brew it as hot. So when you put it, you know what I mean? So it doesn't take as long to cool down.
Well, you know me, I don't like iced coffee. I like cold coffee, but I don't like iced coffee. Oh, thank you. My hair really desperately needs. Do you think I should let all my gray grow out?
Yes.
And just be
yourself? Yes.
Me?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna.
Absolutely.
I like it. If it was all that silver color, because my hair came in silver, which I'm so happy. I wanted white hair. I didn't really necessarily want gray hair. But
Classy Crafty Wife agrees. Diana agrees.
That's all I have. So it's my hair's a very ashy color.
Nespresso French press stop top percolator.
Ooh, Zeta. Maybe you can make me a cup of coffee and get me into fancier stuff. Silver strings. Ooh, I do. I like the silver. If I could have the purple with the silver in it, I'd be happy. But yeah, I think I'm sick of doing my hair.
If it's not fun,
I kind of feel like I need to cut it all off though. If I'm gonna, Diane said we'll go get gray together. Okay, Diane, we'll go gray together. But she just cut her hair.
Diane did just cut her hair, and it looks really cute.
I feel like I need to just get rid of all of what's there.
So we talked a little bit about coffee, but there's actually some coffee sales going on, isn't there?
There is. So for International Coffee Day, we have a couple of things. So we have our Streamline books. So we put our we were clever. We put our cafe and our cream hooks on sale. So tell them what the sale is, Pam.
So you can pick any 2 cafe or cream swirls, and you get a third one free with the code.
We have the same.
Pick the same. You could do 3 cafe, you could do 3 cream, you can mix and match, you can do whatever you want.
Buy 2, get 1 free.
Use the code coffee. You get 3
we also talked a little bit about the fall issue of Crochet Foundry from last year. So we just released the fall issue of Crochet Foundry for 2021. Right. But we had already done the 2020 fall issue. And that is, what's the sale on that right now?
It's 20% off with the code coffee. Kept it nice and easy. But it was our coffee themed issue, and it just felt so timely to include that as part of the sales. So you can get the Streamline swirls, the cafe or the cream on the Furls Crochet website. You can get the coffee themed issue, the fall 2020 issue of Crochet Foundry magazine on the crochetfoundry.com website for 20% off, both with code coffee. So you had designed the cafe au lait cowl neck tunic. I don't remember the whole name.
It was a long one.
That one. I love that one.
Sweater. I do love that one. Cute. Where is she? She's around here somewhere.
I just really loved the neck on it.
I have this thing about cowls. I like cowl necks, but I like that you could do it either or, right? You didn't have to have it all the way up. I liked the slit. I mean, I liked the ruching on the side. I think that was
so part. Cute. You have a video on your Instagram feed, don't you? Of the
us ruching the sides on Maddie's thing. Yeah, that little clip did so well on all, like, it was can't speak. It was the most popular thing that I've ever posted on social media.
Oh my gosh.
I have to do one of those boomerangs on Instagram. I'll have to do. I'm very old school. I don't know any of these things.
Well, Harrison just posted a reel on Instagram on the Furls Crochet Instagram page, and it is so much fun. He was giving all the warehouse employees coffee.
So you don't know this because you weren't at the warehouse, but we have in our little plaza, there's a guy who brews or who is like a coffee person, and he makes the best cold brew. Okay, so I take that back. I never liked iced coffee, but he did make me cold brew. It was so good.
That's enough to get me on a plane and down to Austin.
Okay, good. I'll meet you there next time.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe not yet, but hopefully soon I'll feel comfortable getting back on a plane and going international again. Hopefully soon. I really want to go to the warehouse so badly. And I we talk about FOMO and the fear of missing out on things that are, especially right now. And that was one of the things where I was like, especially when you called me from the warehouse and you were giving me the little tour and everyone's like, hi, Pam. And everyone was there. And I was like,
it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. So speaking of things that are a lot of fun.
Okay.
We have the crochet along starting next week.
Yes. The fall 2021. So now we're fast forwarding we're going back to the future. Back to the present.
Well, now it's the present, but it wouldn't be back to the future. Would have been the future
coming from there. Anyway, we're going to current times where we are starting a crochet along with the most recent issue of Crochet Foundry magazine. So it starts next Friday, I believe. I think so. If you own the fall issue, the fall 2021 issue, you can participate. And I think we've got prizes. We have prizes from Furls. We have prizes from We Crochet.
And Pam and I are going to do it this time.
We're going to crochet along with you guys. So I want to know, if anyone's already started or has been thinking about what design they want to make from the fall issue, comment below and let us know, because I'm kind of up in the air. I'm kind of up in the air with what I want to make. I want to use yarn that I have a lot of Swish DK. And so I was thinking of making what's it called? Let me pull it up real quick.
Brianna asked, how can she get the fall issue? If you go to crochetfoundry.com, you can get all the issues there. So you can get this fall issue is there now, and then last fall you can get as well. And we're having 20% off of last fall.
So the Cactus Blossom Cardigan by Jessica, that's the one that she used Swish DK. And so I was thinking, well, maybe that's a sign.
Maybe. Well, I said my favorite design from it was the poncho. And I have a lot of Mighty Stitch yarn because that's one of my favorite yarns. So I have my yarn here. I'm going to have the audience help me pick my colors.
Okay. The poncho for those.
The Stan June's poncho.
Yeah. And it is,
Amelia.
I'm trying to remember. So Amelia made it in
oyster. She made hers in oyster.
And then she had the accent. I believe so. Yeah. The accent color.
I don't think I have any spruce here, but I have a lot of Mighty Stitch, but I don't have enough skeins of all the same color to do. I have enough to do 4 different color choices. So I have mulberry for the body. Now this is for the body. I have enough of other stuff to do edging. Fairy tale, which I love.
Oh, Fairy Tale's a good one. That's a really good one.
Kind of matches my hair element. I also have oyster because oyster is one of my favorites. I love the creaminess of this.
It's a good one. Yeah.
And then navy is the other one I have enough of. I need 6 skeins of the main color to do. So these are the ones that I have enough of. I also have, these are more springy colors. I love this one.
I have a question about, so now I'm curious about poncho. I'm looking for a picture real quick.
I have my plants right next to me. If anyone sees me, you get those little bugs from the little gnatty things. I got to put cinnamon in my plants. Crystal should be watching. Crystal can tell me. I I think it's cinnamon that you put in, right?
Peroxide.
Really? Just regular
1
hydrogen
part peroxide to 3 parts water. It will take care of any little grubby things that are still in there. It'll take care of the eggs because they have a 2-week life cycle, I believe.
Yes.
And then
I never had them at the old house, but then when we moved here, we got them.
Make sure you dry out your plants, and then you're gonna water them with the 3-to-1 mixture.
Yeah,
and
they're
then
drying out. Well, I'm going to
should
replant everything too. I'm going to repot everything.
Mhm.
We'll have a girls chat when I do it.
Tina tested the Sand Dunes poncho. She used City Tweed.
I love City Tweed. I don't have enough of City Tweed to do it either. So
I'm
I
looking
think I'm using the Mighty Stitch.
So I'm looking at the photo of the Sand Dunes poncho, and I'm thinking you could probably do some kind of like striping.
I thought about it. Yeah, I thought about it if I could do a little bit of color work, but I think I want to do it one solid color. I might do something. I might do something different with the edging and make it colorful. So one of the things we talked about too, we obviously, since we crochet, have crochet garments and things all over our house. So we were kind of thinking, what if we make it and then we raffle off our finished copies to anyone who's watching who wants them?
That could be fun, right? Would you guys be interested?
Yeah, let us know. Like sometimes, I like things that were made by other people, even though I have my own things. When I had my youngest son, a whole bunch of my blogger friends got together and they made a blanket for me. So little squares. I love it. And all the members of my group got together. Kirsten Holloway, one of the designers who I'm friends with, had them all come together and make a blanket for me, an Afghan for me. And I love both of them.
You know what? Michelle Ferguson from Two Brothers Blankets, she made me some washcloths when my youngest was born. I got them at the baby shower, and it was just, we still use them. She still uses it. It's been 6 years now, and we still use them. They held up well. Really, really.
I made some for my mother-in-law, and she still uses them.
Oh, it sounds like people are liking the idea of having us make them stuff.
So someone had commented, I don't want to let it go too far. I'm trying to go back who it was. Had asked about the stickers on our Odyssey hooks. So we know that the stickers aren't the most permanent option. Just to let you guys know, we are working on a permanent solution for our Odysseys. There is a lot. It seems like it would be a simple thing, but there's a whole lot actually that goes into it. So just so you guys know, it's probably going to be in 2022 by the time we get it all figured out. But Ola Jo had a suggestion. If you put the clear nail polish over the sticker on the bottom, it will help it keep from coming off. We did also find out that they are actually transfers. So we are applying them in a different way now too. So that should keep them a little bit more permanent. But I measure all my hooks when I use them. So it works out. But if you don't have that, a tool to measure them with, then putting a little clear dot of clear nail polish on the end to keep it off. But so since we're going to be raffling it off to a winner, I'm going to let the audience pick which color I make mine in.
Okay, that sounds fun.
All those colors are really pretty. Oh, wrong way. Aren't they pretty together?
You sure you don't want to stripe it?
Now I'm thinking I might want to.
Well, I know I'm not the one who gets a vote here, but I almost would like to see oyster and then all those different colors in the fringe.
That's what I was thinking. That I would do. I was thinking maybe I could alternate the dunes. I don't know how the dunes part of it, how like that's a different color. She did hers in the spruce. I was thinking I could alternate those so it looked like jewels. But I have to see. I'll have to see how complicated it is. I'm not a color work person. But all right, so I'll make it the body and the oyster, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do with the fringe. Because this is a very universal color. I mean, you can wear it.
It is. It is. So I'm debating between your shawl, actually. I really liked the color work on there. How much yarn did you use? Because I know you used 3 colors.
Of the twill. I want to.
Is it more than a hank of each?
I think it is. I think in the one. I had never used the twill before that, but I love it. I'm going to use it for so much more. Because I made I made shawls and I made the cows, and some I made in one color, some I made in 2 colors, and some I made in 3 colors.
So you know what I'm going to do? Since I'm going to be giving this away to someone, I think it would be better off going with a shawl than a sweater, because then you would have to be the size of the sweater I make for it to be useful
eligible.
for you.
Correct.
Yeah.
Were you going to make the cowl version, or are you going to make the shawl version?
Do I have to decide right away, or is it work bottom up?
No, it's bottom up. So you start at the tip and then you just keep going.
Okay.
Growing it. So then you
That's
can
what I'll
say,
do.
I'm going to make it a shawl, or I'm going to make it a cowl.
So there we go. So someone is going to win a Sand Dunes poncho
chandelier
made by Lorene, and someone else is going to win a Mojave shawl made by me. That's kind of fun, right?
It's fun.
I think so.
It will keep me accountable to getting it done if I know I have to give it to somebody else.
Exactly.
Yeah, I did the crochet along for fall last time too, actually.
You did.
I made Brianna's sweater.
Macchiato sweater.
Which I love. I still love that sweater. I am actually working on a sweater right now with the same yarn, with the Wonder Fluff, that I'm going to be giving some people soon.
After we released the fall issue last year, they came out with some new colors of Wonder Fluff as well.
I got one of the new colors. That's what I have. It's downstairs. I didn't bring it, but it's that. I think it's called Peacock. It's that like royal blue. Oh, it's so pretty.
I'm doing a quick search right now.
I am slightly obsessed with We Crochet yarn.
Yeah. The ombre. They have Wonder Fluff ombre. That's what I was thinking of. They have that now as well. It is one of those yarns that Wonder Fluff that.
It's Wonder Fluffle.
It's wonderful. It is. If you could touch it, you would understand why we talk about it with like hearts in our eyes and like a little bit of drool.
She would like to see pictures of the patterns we were talking about. So if you go to crochetfoundry.com, they're all the patterns from our latest issue. So if maybe you don't know what Crochet Foundry is, maybe you're new to us. So Crochet Foundry is a seasonal digital magazine that Pam and I both designed for, along with some other amazing designers. So we release a new issue every season, and it used to just be all garments. It was 7, all size inclusive. So sizes extra small through 5X. And then this last time we started adding some home decor and accessories, though. So they will all the issues from now on will have at least 7 crochet garments and then some accessories and designs. Jenny asked if the yarns are available in the UK, and they are. We Crochet does ship to, I want to say almost worldwide, if not at worldwide, but they do ship to lots of places.
They ship to quite a few places, and they do. If you're in the UK, I'm trying to remember where I have it here. Free shipping to the UK on orders over 40 pounds.
That's good.
So that doesn't take much to get there. So that's really exciting. Free Canadian shipping over $75.
I'm going to use my cafe hook to make it too. So
you can get a lot of yarn.
Very fallish.
I'm using my Aries hook for the project I'm working on right now, which is for Crochet Foundry. So I can't really say too much. It's for an issue for next year, but I'm on a swirl kick.
I might have to order more oyster though, because I do have something here that I'm working on too. And
what is that?
I think it's going to be a vest or dress or tunic. I don't know. Don't know yet. I made it.
Let's take more votes.
A really long time ago. And then I found it when I was going through my yarn, and I said, you know what? I forgot about that. I have a couple designs that I owe some friends that I have to get to them. So I think that will be one of them.
That's going to be awesome. That'll be awesome.
But that means I need more oyster. Always need more yarn. I haven't put in my order yet for this month, so I'll get some oyster.
Zeta's wishing we had the issue in print, and oh my goodness,
it is in the realm of possibilities. There's so much into it. Oh, Diane said a tunic, sweater, dress. Combine all three. I agree. I like it.
If it was a button-up tunic, sweater, dress, you could also wear it as a vest.
Ooh, I could. Maybe
That
that's what's the.
That sounds like we're making things more complicated than they need to be.
Daisy just joined us. Oh, don't be sorry. We're happy to have you. We are going live every Friday at 12:30 Eastern, 11:30
Central, 9:30
9:30
Pacific,
Pacific.
5:30 in the UK.
I was going to say, I don't know about the UK time, but yeah. So we're going to do it every Friday so that we can just hang out, stitch and chat. I don't have anything to actually stitch right now, though. That's okay.
That's okay. I'm taking advantage of this to work on this because I need to send this to Crystal very soon.
All the things I could be working on that I need to send to Crystal very soon are downstairs.
Oh no. We have so many renovations going on right now. So we're renovating our main floor. We have a structural beam that's sagging and looks like it's ready to give up anytime. So we finally got the permit today. So we're moving forward on getting that fixed up. And then it's going to, you know how like you go to paint a room and then you end up changing out all the trim. And then you're like, well, while I'm doing this, I may as well get new bedding.
I might as well do this.
And then the light fixture doesn't work anymore because, you know, it doesn't match the new color scheme. And then you're snowballs, right? Like very quickly. And the same thing is happening upstairs because if we're ripping out that beam and we have to redo the drywall anyway, we may as well take care of some of the other issues that were going on. And yeah, it's quick.
I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a good girl. I'm going to make my gauge swatch while we're chatting.
All right, hands up. Who makes a gauge swatch? Every time. Every time.
Well, I kind of have to. We kind of have to because we are designing things, so we need to have gauge swatches. But
do you gauge? Oh, here's the question then. Do you gauge swatch before you start designing or after you've made part of it?
Both. Well, so I actually, so you know this as a designer, that the gauge swatch that you make with isn't always what your pattern gauge ends up being because you have, you know, the weight of the garment or lots of other different factors. So it depends on how I'm designing it. Sometimes I do start at the very beginning with the gauge swatch and then make my garment based off that and then go back and adjust. And sometimes I make the garment and then come back and do it.
Mm-hmm.
It really just depends.
It depends on, is it a top-down raglan? Because then you really do need to do your gauge first.
Yeah, because you can't. Yeah.
All of these never do's. Oh my goodness. We're gonna work.
Oh, we're gonna get you. So we will say this. If you make garments, especially, then it is super important that you do a gauge swatch. Because there's not, oh, did you find a mistake?
This isn't looking right.
Are you talking and doing something different? Speaking of talking and doing something different.
It's a 2-stitch repeat. Like it shouldn't be.
Yeah, but if you started in the wrong spot, then it will be off. I find, and I think a lot of people also find this, that depending on what's going on or like your mood, if you're stressed out or angry that you're
or on a live and you're chatting with your friends and you totally mess up somewhere.
I've done that quite a few times. But if you're making a garment, there is nothing worse than putting all of that time and work into a garment and then it doesn't fit. So, so we do recommend doing gauges. Brianna says she's completely self-taught. I am too. I think Pam is too.
I am.
So I literally did not realize that crochet designers like were a thing. Like I didn't realize like you could even like go find people to teach you how to do it. I literally just looked at things, made them, ripped them apart, looked at them again, and just kept figuring it out. And then it's funny because when I did learn like the actual way to do things, because I thought I was making something up. Like I thought I was learning, doing something radically different. And then you realize that, you know, is right, or you did it wrong, but it was really funny because I literally didn't know that you could watch video tutorials online. I should have said my grandmother taught me how to chain and how to do single and double way back when. But I taught myself everything else.
I got a book and I probably still have it on my shelf somewhere. I'm not sure. But it was just, I tried learning online first on a YouTube video, and I could not, for the life of me, follow while trying to do it. I needed like the actual drawn out stitches to show me exactly where the hook goes.
You're like me. I prefer a stitch chart to anything, even over a written pattern. Like I don't particularly like reading patterns. All right, so Joy, maybe we'll do a live on actual gauge. She says she can never, ever, never, never, never get hers to match. So tell me, is it because your stitches are too tall or too short? Or I know like Diane, she can get my width gauge, but she has a hard time getting my row height. So I taught her a little trick on how to get the same row height. There's always little tweaks you can make. Chrissy says, I don't see... I do a swatch if it's a different, Yeah, I keep checking. So that's another thing about gauge. I don't think a lot of people realize that the larger your gauge swatch is, the more accurate it's going to be, because I always say the ends lie. So
you got to make it bigger. So if your gauge swatch says 13 stitches, you're going to do like 20 because you need to not measure the first few and the last few.
Yeah, you want to have at least like an inch on either side of your gauge swatch.
So I think I saw Brianna's wondering how we hold our hook.
Oh, hold on one second. Joy said it's too tall. So I'm going to assume that Joy is a yanker. So when you're crocheting, if you pull this, like your hook up when you do it, then your stitch is going to get tall. If you hold your stitch, your hook,
that's
like
how I do it.
Short. If you hold your hook when directly parallel to the gauge swatch, then it will be a little bit easier to match the gauge. What were you saying? Someone was asking about how.
Brianna's wondering how she was told she holds her hook wrong, which I'm going to start by saying there's no right or wrong way to hold your hook. It's whatever works best for you. And she's wondering how we hold our hooks.
I am a knife gripper, and I always have my finger here, and that's what holds my yarn.
Yeah, same. But sometimes for tutorials, I do hold it in a pencil hold just because on the camera it's easier.
Yeah, it's easier to see. Sometimes when I'm doing pictures, I'll do the same thing.
But then I use my the hand that's holding the yarn. I use it a lot more when I'm in a pencil hold. Because
how do you tension your yarn?
Over my finger.
I'm going to apologize. I decided to also not have false nails anymore, so I'm in the process of getting them off. So my nails are a mess, but this is how I tension mine so that I can just let it slide through. And if I need it to be tight, I just hold my fingers.
I can't do that. So that's So yeah, that goes back to the whole, there is no right or wrong way. It's whatever works best for you, whatever's most comfortable, whichever gives you the best control over your stitches.
I also, when I first started crocheting, I was also taught how to knit. So I kind of like mixed crochet and knit together. My mom's friend was like, I don't know what you're doing, but it's not crochet. But I think part of like how I loop the yarn over sometimes is very indicative of like a knitter.
I've seen some people that yarn under instead of yarn over. I've seen.
So honestly, also, Susan asked, how do you measure your gauge swatch after? Do you measure gauge after switching or before? I'm not exactly sure.
After swatching or switching?
I'm gonna guess she meant swatching, but do you measure gauge? I still don't understand. Tell me what you mean more, Susan. I'm wondering if she's asking me the same question that you had asked. Do I pre-swatch? Oh, so Stephanie says she's a lefty and she has difficulty following tutorials because most people are right-handed. That is true. I believe there is a way to flip a video. And a little secret that's sometimes when you see left and right hand tutorials that it's the person literally just switching the footage. Joyce says she holds her yarn like I do. So we're sisters. Sisters in solidarity.
Oh, blocking.
Okay.
Do you measure gauge after blocking or before? It depends on the pattern, and the pattern should tell you.
Any good pattern will always have a gauge swatch and will specify if it is pre-blocking or after or post-blocking. Sometimes I do both. I have patterns where I've done both because
it depends on how lacy the design is and how much it'll, like what happens to the stitches after you block it.
Because we said the bigger you make something or if a garment, it's, your gauge ends up being different than your gauge swatch. So, but I'm not going to make it my first gauge swatch to block it, and then once you block the yarn, you can't really reuse it the same. It will be different. So, sometimes I'll do both. I'll give the gauge non-blocked. So like when you're testing it, you can see what it is and then the measurements to block it too. It depends on the fiber too, because we know merino gets a lot bigger.
Susan, you don't need to apologize.
The thought went through my head, but
we just wanted to make sure we understood before answering. Stephanie's never blocked. I was like that for so long until I remember this was years ago. One of my testers ended up blocking the finished item that she had made from my pattern, and hers looked so much better than mine. So much better. And I was like, okay, I get it. I get it now.
I used to think that blocking was like cheating a little bit. Like you should be able to get it to look like that without, me and my snobbish thoughts and ideas at the time. But then I realized that blocking makes such a huge, even with like the scarf I'm making for the winter issue of Crochet Foundry, it's acrylic and it's not lacy, but I still blocked it and it's still so much better.
I don't normally do it on my hats because it stretches out a little bit on my head anyway. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, so I guess what we're trying to say is try it. Just humor us. Try it. See if you notice a difference. Take a picture before and after. It always blows my mind.
Well, even so, Diane had made a design. Remember when we did the Pride shawl and Diane made my sample for me. And when I got it, I was like, oh, I think maybe it's going to be a little too small. It was a merino. It's amazing how much larger when you're making certain things. I made a design for with Marley's Chic Sheet.
Yes.
And I wasn't thinking clearly. And then after I blocked it, it was like twice as big. And I was like, oh, I have to make it again because I made it too big.
This one is merino. Well, this is our Whims yarn, actually. This is Furls Whims merino. And it's the same thing. It has so much bounce to it that you have to take that into. I mean, I guess that goes to knowing your fibers too, knowing what you're working with. Really
different stitches, the different fiber, the different it affects the drape so much. I think that's what I love the most about blocking garments is that the drape that changes.
So here's another question for you. Do you find yourself drawn to certain fibers? Like just naturally, like you kind of gravitate, and what is it? It's
merino. It's funny. I either do acrylic or merino. I don't use a lot of cotton. I would say 90% of, well, I'm going to change that. It's probably about 50-50 of what I have for acrylic and merino, but I don't really have anything else. I don't use, what's Lindy chain made? Linen? Is it a linen?
It's a linen cotton blend, I believe.
Yeah. And I like Pima cotton. One of the cottons I do use is the We Crochet, what's their Pima? Shine? The Shine yarn? Shine Sport? I think that's their Pima cotton.
Yep, it's a Pima cotton modal natural beech wood fiber blend.
That one I use a lot. In the summer, that's kind of like my go-to yarn in the summer.
I love cotton. Like a good cotton, like a Pima cotton makes my heart sing. I love all natural fibers for sure. But like you, I'm a sucker for merino, like a real, as soon as I see that listed on something, I am there. There's something about just the feeling when you're working with it and the way your garments hang after, like it's just, I don't know.
But
It makes
you'll
you look like you're a
enjoy,
better it makes me look like I'm a better crocheter is what I think it does.
you'll
It
enjoy
is
making the mojave
fantastic.
shawl then, because it's in the twill, which is the
Mhm.
acrylic. I mean, sorry, I just read acrylic from Stephanie, the merino.
Yeah,
So
so nice.
it's crazy how many differences there are in acrylic yarn though.
Oh, I know.
I know, like some people, when you think acrylic, you like automatically think of like Red Heart Super Saver and how it's like kind of stiff and not as soft, but like our Wander and the Mighty Stitch, like it doesn't even feel like it's acrylic because it's just so soft. And
Well, I think Mighty Stitch is a blend, right?
no, I think it's 100%.
Mm,
Oh, you're right. It does have wool in it.
It's
Does.
mostly acrylic.
80% wool, 80% acrylic.
I think you're thinking Brava, maybe.
Maybe. I don't use Brava a whole lot. But yeah, our Wander is, excuse me, 100% acrylic, and it's got the same like squishable softness.
Yeah. It is really like shiny and nice. Like not shiny where it's like you're looking at it and it's shiny.
Yeah.
But like it has that sheen where it's
Well,
it
I
is
always
really
liked
nice.
that about Karen's Simply Soft, but
Yeah.
I didn't like the yarn. So I love that ours has that like nice sheen over it.
A lot of people like merino, acrylic.
Joyce said, "Don't block a hat."
Don't block a hat.
Yeah, I think you have to go into it knowing if it's going to be something that you're going to block or not, especially if it's something made out of something like a merino.
So Catherine asked, as a designer, how do you anticipate that stretch when planning the sizes?
Well, again, it just kind of goes down to, it depends on the stitch you use, it depends on the fiber you used. Sometimes you really don't know until you do it. I'm making a garment now, and it's a little on the heavier. It uses the what's in my summer dress? What yarn was that?
Sorry, you cut out for a second.
What was my summer dress for Crochet Foundry?
That was the,
I can't think of the name of the yarn.
You know what? I'm on the website. Hold on.
I have to go grab it.
You caught me.
I can't remember the name of the yarn.
Was it the summer or was it the
P, right?
No, it was the spring issue, wasn't it?
It was spring. It was spring.
Okay. Paragon.
Paragon. Okay.
Catherine knew that. That didn't come from me.
Thank you. Yes, Paragon. So it's a
Bay Breeze cocktail dress.
So this design I'm making is a little heavy because the Paragon is, when you use a lot of it, is a little heavier. You kind of have to just make it and see how it goes. Sometimes I had to adjust what I was going to do for the pattern after I made it, but.
So usually, I mean, once you have your sample made in whatever size your sample is being made in, you can kind of tell, if there were less yarn.
Yeah.
Would it bounce back a little bit more? If you had more yarn for a larger size, would it drag it down a little bit? That's usually how we tell. At least that's how I do it, is I wait until my sample's done, and then I can usually figure out how the yarn would behave based on more or less yardage.
Yeah, but a gauge swatch is not obviously going to have that same kind of drag. But as the more you design, I think you just instinctually start to anticipate how the yarn's gonna work and kind of take those things into consideration.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest part that I guess it is the most important is for how it's going to be for the underarm fit, because if it's heavy, then that's what's going to kind of pull. Yeah. But then you might just adjust the way you do your design too, so that it's got more, width in a certain spot or something. Paragon is a gorgeous yarn. I love the colors of Paragon.
It really is. I used Paragon. I really like Galileo as well, which is a similar.
That was one of the ones. So Pam knows that I get this thing where I like a yarn and then that's all I design with for like 6 months. I don't use anything else. And I used to be that way with Galileo.
Really, really nice. I believe that's what I used. I'm trying to remember. I think that's what I used for my spring design was the Galileo for the Riviera
Yes, it
Tea?
was. It was the Galileo because I have a skein of that, or a ball of that yarn, and it was the Galileo. That was
Really
a
nice
pretty
stuff. I
design.
really liked working with that. Trying to see if we have any
It
more
works really well
questions.
for that type of stitch.
Blocking.
Oh, I'm sorry that you're allergic to wool, Lisa. I know some people do have allergies to sometimes the superwash. They don't, but sometimes to like the other type of wool they do.
When I worked in retail, I had a girl who worked for me who was allergic to wool. And so anytime like fall holiday would come around and we'd start to get like all of our big tables full of
Yeah.
sweaters. Yeah, we couldn't put her anywhere near it. She had to work in a different part of the store during those seasons. It was really not too fun for her, for sure. So I guess we should probably get back to work soon. So we're just going, I know this is much more fun, but I guess we should just remind everyone the crochet along starts next week with the fall 2021 issue. So definitely join us back here, 12:30 Eastern, 11:30 Central, 10:30 Mountain Time, 9:30 Pacific, 6:30, 5:30 UK.
Yeah, I think it'll be 5:30 in the UK. Yep.
Same bat time, same bat channel is basically where I'm going with this. For this weekend only, you can get the fall 2020 issue of Crochet Foundry for 20% off using code COFFEE. You can also stock up on all your favorite sizes of Furls, Streamline Swirl, Cafe, and Cream Hooks. Buy two, get one free with code COFFEE. I think that's
and if
about
you don't
it.
already have the fall issue of the recent 2021 issue of Fall Crochet, grab that because we are going to start the crochet along next week.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. And yeah, Lorene and I are going to be making a poncho and a shawl, and we will be giving them away to one winner each. So definitely be crocheting along with us. And I guess that's it. I guess it's time to go. I think it's time to go back to work, which means the construction will start above my head again.
All right, everybody. We will see you next week, same time. Bye.
Bye.